time we have someone else presenting in the channel, so I just gotta figure this out. But yeah.
Yeah.
Can you check once now?
Yes. It's still free. I can click the screen share button.
Can you try
Sure why. Okay, please wait a moment. Yeah, it's working right now. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll be starting this. Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'll be starting. Hello everyone, I'm Liam, and the founder and CMO of Scrapy. It's a pleasure to be here with Crawl4AI fans and to join you for today's meetup. And let me start by giving everyone an introduction to us. We are a company founded in Hong Kong and with a current team size of over 20 members and expanding rapidly. Scrapy built high-performance data collection tools and a multi-tenant cloud browser platform. We've been in the data space for many years and have a deep respect for open source projects like Crawl4AI. That respect and the clear technical fit between our platform is why we decide to collaborate. By combining Crawl4AI's elegant crawl framework with the scale and reliable of our cloud browser, we believe 1 + 1 becomes far greater than 2. And please let me know at your earliest convenience when I can start the next step. Okay, and next is what is Scrapy browser? First, let me introduce, this is the core component of our collaboration with Crawl4AI, and a quick word about free catch-up bypass and offers live session viewing and replies, so you can inspect exactly what happened during your task. Our cloud browser can also handle thousands of concurrent sessions, and we provide building MFA, email verification automation for workflows that need to consume OTPs or 2FA, whatever you like, for cloud browser. Our cloud browser, just like a real local browser, also provides a profile feature. Profiles allows you precise user data such as storage, cookies, cache, and login status across multiple sessions.
correct.
This makes automation much smoother.
आज दिखाना है? अच्छा, आज नहीं हो पाएगा, सैटरडे संडे को आप आ जाइए।
Improves overall performance with profile.
ये उधर पे है, अयोध्या बाईपास रोड में सागर लैंडमार्क अपार्टमेंट है ना, जिंदल हॉस्पिटल के थोड़ा आगे।
A single profile can be reused thousands of times.
वहाँ पे वर्धमान ग्रीन एनक्लेव सोसाइटी। आपका क्या पर्पस है? अच्छा, जिम के लिए चाहिए था। हाँ, जिम के लिए तो कर सकते हैं, बट उसको फिर थोड़ा सा मतलब मॉडिफाई, जैसे थोड़ा सा ग्लास विंडो नहीं है वो, तो मतलब जैसे गोडाउन या पहले वहाँ पे प्लास्टिक फैक्ट्री थी, फिर गोडाउन फैक्ट्री था, फिर ये CSC आधार सेंटर वाला काम होता था, तो मतलब वैसा कोई ग्लास ग्लास व्लास वाला नहीं है वो फैंसी मतलब वो सब हाँ बट ठीक है आप तो अभी कहाँ पे आपका किस नाम से क्या है क्या करते हैं अच्छा क्या नाम बताया था आपने दिनेश ओके ठीक है तो संडे को आ जाइए आप एक काम करिए
Yeah, we also sell proxies separately, independent of the cloud provider I mentioned before. Okay, the next part is our new features about LLM chat scraper, and also very soon we will launch a complete LLM chat scraper for platforms such as ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini to collect data at scale. Our customers are distributed across the global from well-known internet components to nimble AI startups. A growing portion of them are focused on generative engine optimization. They subscribe to our LLM scraper servers to monitor their brand visibility and ranking across major LLM platforms. The structured continuous data we provide is used for competitive intelligence, content optimization, reputation monitoring, and measuring how brand signal propagates into generative engines, helping teams react faster and improve their positioning in these emerging AI discovery channels. Okay, and the final part is about our price. Beyond performance advantages, we also offer a very strong edge in price. Our philosophy is to create value together with developers, which is why we collaborate with Crawl4AI, and which is why our costs are only a fraction of what many computers charge. And yeah, that's basically wraps up our basic introduction. If you are interested, feel free to message me or any of our team members on our Discord. We're happy to provide free credits or free service for you to try our service or try Crawl4AI with Scrapy. Okay, and next I will be showing a demo about how to use Crawl4AI with Scrapy to perform large-scale collection of Reddit posts. Okay, please wait a moment. I'll be switching to my code. Okay. Can you see my code? Reading or you can see the code now, right? Okay, thank you so much. I'll be continue. Okay. Okay, why Reddit? We'll be switching Reddit right now, and I think beyond traditional SEO, brands today needs to think about generative engine optimization, improving visibility in AI chat platforms. These engines don't only rely on Google. They also pull signal from high engagement communities like Reddit. So if you can systematically collect trending Reddit posts, you can analyze the conversations, design winning content strategies, and publish high-value posts that raise your in turns increase the chance your content will be surfaced by a chat system. The same dataset also gives you near real-time visibility into computer community behavior and product treatment, feeding smarter strategy decisions. Okay. From a technical standpoint, our setup is straightforward. We connect to Scrapy's cloud browser via CDP, then drive Crawl4AI to orchestrate the crawl and extraction. There is an important practical trick I recommend for Reddit. The new Reddit UI often requires login to see content, so pointing callers at the old Reddit.com domain avoids that friction and keeps your success rate high. In our demo, we batch a list of target links into a script, let Crawl4AI schedule the jobs, and the cloud browser render and return structured results. Each post returns with the full set of the fields we configured. Okay.
Liam, could you quickly show the browser config once? We could explain to the community quickly how the connection is being made.
Okay. Wait a moment. I'm switching screens.
Yeah. So the place where we pass the browser config, I think scroll a little bit down. Liam.
26 लाख में आपका 15 लाख तो वही चला गया जीएसटी प्लस मुश्किल से आपको 10 लाख का नेट फायदा होगा 15 लाख जीएसटी प्लस इंटीरियर है ना आपका तो वो इसलिए बोल रही हूँ ना वो बेचेंगे उसके बाद अपन बेच ऐसे भी लोग बेच रहे हैं पर वो फिर लोग तो 10,000 रुपए स्क्वायर फीट तो रेट चल ही रहा है वो हाँ तो वही बोल रही हूँ मैं
Yeah.
वो लोगों का प्राइस है अभी जो नए
Yeah.
वाले बेच रहे हैं उनको 12,000 रुपए स्क्वायर
Can you see the dashboard of Scribblers?
वही तो मैं वो डाला था ना जो
Yes.
जो नई रजिस्ट्री हुई थी क्योंकि अब उसमें
Yeah.
क्या है ना ये वाला आप जीएसटी नहीं दे सकते क्योंकि रेडी टू इट है ना क्योंकि ओसीबी
So when we start scribbling scripts, when we start the 20 browser session, we can find the live session in this part, and we can click the action here. There's a live demo, or we can see the finished session here. Getting to each session, and if we have set the session replay to true, and we will be seeing the session replay in this place. Okay, and in this section, you can set up a profile to save and persist this profile into another session. Just like this. It's all controlled by our API. Yeah. Okay, this, and let's get back to the code. what does the output look like and how can you use it? Each record contains the post text and metadata, top components, and any links meta URLs. That dataset is immediately useful for content planning, training, or fine-tuning models, building recommendation engines, or packaging as a reusable scraper RPA for customers. Importantly, we only collect public content, and our workflows are designed to be compliant with platform politics and flexible apps. Okay, you can see the CDP is refined. To wrap up, this integration lets team move from manual monitoring to programmatic, repeatable intelligence at scale. Whether your goal is to improve visibility in generative chat engines, perform competitive monitoring, or harvest high-quality signal for AI training. Okay. And this is our okay. Now we have already successful script Redis data from the code. Okay, Arvid, I think I have finished the demo today. I'll be handing to you, and yeah.
Could you pull up the Python script once more? Like, I just want to give a quick walkthrough to the community members here, like on how the integration could be quickly achieved. Yeah, just pull up the reddit.py file.
I'm sorry, you want me to
Yeah, just open that up. So, like, I just want to give you guys a quick overview on how the integration works. So, Liam, if you could just look up browser config once. Control F and get to browser config.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen.
I'm sorry, you will be showing the browser config or me?
Yeah, no, I'll do it. Just, Raya, can you see my VS Code?
Yeah.
So the way
Yeah.
the technology works is, we do it through the browser config. Yeah, so in browser config, you kind of set like, the config, like browser mode is set to CDP, and you just pass in the CDP URL. So CDP URL you can copy from the Scrapeless website. So you can also pass in a bunch of parameters to this CDP URL, so which we are constructing here, right? So it's like basically you have like a Scrapeless token. You can like give the name for a session, like how much time the session should run, proxy URL, proxy country. So there are like a lot of parameters that you can pass in. You can even like pass in a parameter to say like record the screen session, like just how Liam was showing to us, right? So basically when you do that, it also, like for example, you may have like, performed a few actions on the screen, right? Like maybe clicking a button or taking a few actions before you actually scrape data. So this gives you like a replay of all the events that you have written, right, using your JavaScript code or whatever before you actually fetch the data. So you can pass all these parameters here, and then like you could construct a CDP URL like this. So it just needs the token. Token is something that you could copy from the Scrapeless site. So once you have that, so when we have this the browser config and the crawler run config. So in the crawler run config, you could just pass in like all the things that you want to do, like whether it's whether you want to scan full page or run some JavaScript code or wait for particular element to come. So whatever settings you do in crawler run config, it runs on the Scrapeless browser before it fetches your data. So this is like a very high level overview. We will be publishing more examples as we are as we go down the line. But yeah, so this is a high level overview. So let's go ahead. So today we were also planning a quick pop quiz to discuss what to remember what we discussed here today. And for the top three participants on the leaderboard, you guys will be receiving between all the participants $100 in Scrapeless credits. So let's get to that. You guys could scan the QR code from the screen to participate in the quiz. I'll just give it like a minute for everyone to just set it up. So you could just put in your name and join. So later on, we could award you the credits based on your using.
Okay, so try to the QR code to the screen. Okay, we have James here. Just try your luck. Okay. Okay, we'll wait for more people to join. Okay, anyone else joining? Not sure. Sergey, have you joined? Aryan?
Yeah, if you guys have any trouble in joining the quiz, just feel free to drop a message in the chat section.
Yes. Okay, see Cedric here.
Alright, let's get started then. Okay, so what are the different features that are being offered by the Scrapeless platform? Is it like a scraping browser or a proxy or a captcha solver or like a scraping API? Okay, I think 80% got it right. So yeah, they offer all of these services. Okay, so how to integrate Scrapeless browser with Crawl4AI? So is it like in browser config, crawler run config, proxy config, or LLM config? Okay, that's correct. It's CDP URL in browser config. So you just have to build this, like you can copy the token from from Scrapeless dashboard, and then like you'll have to create a CDP URL connection, and you can pass in like a lot of other parameters into it as well. Okay, which query parameter should you add in Scrapeless connection URL to record your scraping session? So if you pass this, what happens is they'll record the session, and then you could do a like a replay of that session to see how whether all the actions that you need to take has taken place or not. Cool, that's correct. You could pass session recording to true, and that would record your session. You could go to the dashboard and replay to see like whether your JavaScript code has properly executed or not. Okay, so what are the different proxy types provided by Scrapeless? So we have like residential proxies or IPv6, data center, or static proxies, or all of them. Okay, yeah, that's right. So they provide all of these proxy types. So next up we have what should the browser mode in browser config be set to when you are passing in the CDP URL. So we have built-in dedicated CDP, Docker, or default. So you have to pass in this config, if not it wouldn't actually connect to the Scrapeless. Yeah, it should be set to CDP mode. So this way, like you could connect to their remote browser. Right. So what are residential proxies? We discussed that residential proxies is one of the things that they offer, right? So is it like something that runs on cloud or server infrastructure, or is it like IPs assigned to real human people, or is it like both of them, or like neither of them? Yes, these are like when you say residential proxies, these are like IPs assigned to real users. So this will give you like a lot of advantages. So yeah, so what are the like an IPv6, right? So what are the advantages of an IPv6 proxy? Okay, let's see. Yeah, so it's all of the above. Like it helps you avoid these IP bans, or like you don't get detected by bots. You can like manage multiple accounts and so on. So like Scrapers also supports browser profiles to persist user data. So what are its advantages as listed here? Okay, so the thing is, it's all of them, right? Like you could reuse the browser history. Like let's say you are like trying to log in into a site like LinkedIn. Like you may want to maintain like your login status, so it doesn't like refresh the entire page every time you scroll a new page. So if you're like just scraping like pages of the same website over and over, having a persistent user data helps. It also reduces like the risk of getting detected as a bot, because like you have like your browser session that's carried over. So yeah, so it's those are the benefits. So you could easily set this up with Scrapers. Yeah. So which query parameter you could add in Scrapeless connection URL for profiles? Yeah, so the answer is profile ID. So what happens is you could do an API call and get a profile ID. So we will do this maybe in a future meetup. So you can get a profile ID, and then you can stash that profile ID, and later on, you could if you keep passing the same profile ID in your connection URL, you will just keep using the same session over and over again instead of spawning a new session completely altogether. So the second option that's listed here, profile persist, is true. If you do this, if say you do an action in this session, it kind of uh, takes effect, as it's persisted in that session. So maybe if you did a login in a previous session, and if you do a logout now, or maybe you add something, or some kind of state change happens, that's captured if you pass profile persist to true. And all of these parameters, you pass them as query parameters in the Scrapy connection URL, right? As we saw, which is passed in as the CDP URL. Okay. So, what is the session replay feature in Scrapy? What is it useful for? So, does it allow you to persist user data, or it allows you to inspect what actions have been executed, what network request has happened, or it lets you have a digital fingerprint, or neither of none of the above? Yeah, so it's this one. Okay, I may have chosen a wrong correct answer there. So it's a way to inspect the executed actions and network requests. Yeah. So let's take a look. Yeah, so we have observers Cedric and Tejas in the top 3 places. So yeah, you guys can reach out to us later on. We would we'll award this. So the first participant gets 50, the second participant gets 30, and the one after that gets $20 worth of Scrapy credits. Yeah, so that's our pop quiz. So next up, is there any specific questions that you guys have for Scrapy team? You guys can go ahead and ask here. Or what kind of questions you would what kind of use cases you would like to see in the future? Okay, Cedric wants to say something.
We can observe it, yes. Okay guys, I'm going to invite you to the stage. Yes, you guys feel free to share any feature requests, because Selenium here is to gather all the inputs. Okay. You're mute, observer.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, thankfully. Yeah, so the only question I had was when it comes to the residential proxies, I'm assuming that you have it maybe region-wise also, because I haven't really gone to your solution that you have.
Yeah, Liam.
The station. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So for the residential proxies,
no, we got the question. So is residential proxies you can choose a particular region? Is that correct? Hello. Yeah. So Liam, I think
for a certain demographic, so maybe top. Sorry. Yep. Am I audible now?